Welcome to Behind the Boss, a video series where we get to know the human behind the title. I'm your host, Kenna Johnson, and I'm excited to introduce you to Bill Hustad, Senior Vice President of Global Partners and Alliances at Okta. Welcome, Bill.
Thank you, Kenna. Very pleased to be here.
Bill, you've been with Okta for almost a year now. How would you describe your role in the company?
It's been quite a big move for me to come over to Okta, and it's been just an incredible time being here. But to describe my role externally, it's really about everything partnering, how we go to market, what that means from a strategic point of view, how we do that and execute with partners. I also feel a lot of the unspoken things in what I do internally around making sure that when we think about partnering as a strategy, it's just not my strategy. A big portion of my team and what I believe my role is to bring all the other executive teams with us.
What opportunities do you see in the market for Okta?
It's still fresh on my mind of why I joined. And I feel and have been nothing but reinforced that feeling during my time here around where identity sits overall in the marketplace. I think that identity is much more than just how folks log in and creating efficiencies around login and access to technology. It actually is the centerpiece to how you're securing your enterprise, your business, whether you're a small business or big business. On the other side of it, with our customer identity solution, it's also how you engage and provide world-class services to your customers. And so that's an exciting piece because I think that's continuing to grow. And the conversations around, customer retention, that's identity. When you're talking internally about acquisitions and M&A, that's identity. And so where we fit in the middle of all these big conversations is really appealing.
What have you learned during the past year of working with partners?
What our partners do for customers, we should be really highlighting across the market and internally. And so we've been really working hard to make sure all that great work by our partners is being recognized because it is unique and it is additive value to what we do as a company. I think the second thing I've learned overall in engaging with our partners is just how hungry they are for more from us. As we extend our portfolio into IGA and PAM, they want to be on that journey with us and they want to help us get that out there. And they really want to live, I would say, partnership as an ideal term of what we do in go-to-market.
Let's dive deeper and talk about your life before the channel. Where did you grow up and how did that shape your career?
Yeah, I grew up in Colorado, in South Denver, a little town called Englewood. It's an interesting thing because I grew up in a household where we didn't really talk about work much. We didn't have a ton of things and a ton of money, I would say. And what we did value as a family was hard work. And that was talked about. And that hard work gets you results. Hard work is something that is rewarded internally and for yourself personally. And so much so, even when you think about like progressing education, it wasn't a thing we talked about going to college. And, I was the first kid in my family to go to college, which was quite rewarding. But on the other side of that, just interesting growing up and evolving through that point. I'm also a military veteran. So went through college, and then joined the military my junior year of college, and then also kind of just came out of that experience in the military as a time to grow up and look back at what is available to the world and really intersected with IT and high tech at that point. And, that was a really unique time in the mid-90s where I was able to really kind of move quickly through things and become, early certified in Java and working in engineering. So, it's an interesting background to come through and kind of see where I feel hard work has very much intersected with luck, all the way to being younger, right group of folks, going to college, figuring out that wasn't quite working for me, then joining the military as a big leap, and then also getting out and just being in an incredible time of change and high tech.
Now, the next one's very important, at least for me. When you're not working in the channel, how do you like to unwind?
Yeah, and I think this goes back to just, again, when I was a kid, not having a lot, we spend a ton of time outdoors. It was kind of like our Disney, go fishing, hiking, camping, exploring. We drive up the mountains to watch the aspen leaves change. And that's what we did. And I think that's something that really has stuck with me through my whole life. And so If you can't find me in front of the office and I'm gone, I'm usually trying to be somewhere where I can't be near a cell signal. So that is being outdoors, whether it's mountain biking, hiking. I got a Jeep recently, just like everybody else past couple of years, been Jeeping and others. So spending time outdoors is how I relax and get away from everything.
Bill, thank you so much for your time today and allowing us to get to know you better. This is Behind the Boss. I'm Kenna Johnson. See you next time.